So with it being the current year and with a new Guilty Gear out, I thought it'd be appropriate to take some time and remaster my old 2016 hard rock and metal reference video. With a new game comes new references, and I get to correct some references and add ones that I missed. So, without wasting too much time, let's just get right into it. As both a guitarist and composer, Daisuke isn't a stranger to using guitar and music terminology in the Guilty Gear world. Supers in Guilty Gear are called overdrives, which is a reference to a type of guitar pedal that both rock and metal guitarists use to add more gain to their tone. And in the story mode of Exerd, there is a reference to a Floyd Rose Tower, which is a type of bridge that can be commonly found not being in tune on guitars. At the beginning of a fight, the announcer says, "Heaven or hell." The line is a reference to at least 3 different things: a song by the band Enough's Enough, a Black Sabbath album called Heaven and Hell, or the last few lines of the Queen song Stone Cold Crazy, which the last one might be more plausible considering how big of a fan Daisuke is of Queen. When the round is over, the announcer yells, "Slap!" This is possibly a reference to a member and guitarist of the 80s rock group Guns N' Roses, Saul/Hudson. Titles of various Guilty Gear games also reference bands and albums. In Guilty Gear X's title screen, it shows the subtitle By Your Side, G Gear. This is a reference to the Black Crowes album, By Your Side. An alternate version of XX was titled Guilty Gear Sharp Reload. Reload also happens to be the name of one of Metallica's albums. In Guilty Gear Strive, there are 10 floors in the online mode with music references. Starting from Floor 1, System of a Down is a reference to a band of the same name. Floor 2, The Night Comes Down, is the name of a Queen song. Floor 3, Future World, is a song by Helloween. Floor 4, Alive or Just Breathing, is an album by the band Killswitch Engage. Floor 5, Still of the Night, is a song by the band Whitesnake. Floor 6, Symphony of Destruction, is a song by Megadeth. Floor 7, Rain in Blood, is an album by Slayer. Floor 8, The Hellion, is a song by Judas Priest. Floor 9, Fade to Black, is a song by Metallica, and Floor 10, Stairway to Heaven, is a song by Led Zeppelin. In Guilty Gear's lore, there was a class of non-humanoid gears called Megadeth-class gears. Pretty obvious what it's referencing here, but this is a reference to one of the big 4 thrash bands from the 80s, Megadeth. Painkiller is a magic-based program developed by Zappa's colleague Randy. It is a reference to an album by Judas Priest, and in the story mode for Exerd, St. Elmo's Fire is most definitely a reference to the song by John Parr, St. Elmo's Fire, Man in Motion, for the 1985 film St. Elmo's Fire. Many of the stages in the series also contain a lot of music references. An iced-over version of the stage Hell is a possible reference to the power metal band Iced Earth. In Guilty Gear X, Venom and Zato share a stage called Nirvana, which is a possible reference to the grunge band of the same name. The stage and country in the Guilty Gear universe named Zepp is also a reference to the late 60s rock group Led Zeppelin. Justice's stage, being named Heaven and featuring a stairway in the background, is a possible allusion to the Led Zeppelin song Stairway to Heaven. In Exerd, Bedman's stage, Nightmare Theater, could also be a play on the band Dream Theater's name. Jacko's stage, Heaven's Edge, is also a possible reference to a band of the same name. And lastly, there are several songs from previous Guilty Gears that share some similarities to other songs, like the song Fatal Duel sounding similar to the song Venomous Vixens by the Finnish metal band Synergy. And the character select theme DOA having some similarities to the song Kiss of Death by Dokken. And because I just remembered this and it's not in the script even though it was in the original one, Still in the Dark is also a possible reference to Still in the Night, which is a song by Whitesnake. Starting with ABBA, her name is a reference to the Swedish pop group ABBA. In the story mode of Exerd, one of the main villains is named Ariels. She shares her name with a song from System of a Down. Anji Mito's theme Fuga is loosely based off of the Motley Crue song Live Wire, which is off their Too Fast for Love album. When his butterfly special, Shitsu, is blocked, it kind of resembles the Aerosmith logo, and the origin of his name comes from the Japanese band Angie. Axl Lowe was modeled off the Guns N' Roses frontman Axl Rose. His original theme, March of the Wicked King, also pays homage to the Guns N' Roses song called You're Crazy. Its name may also reference the Queen song March of the Black Queen. His last name may also be a reference to the Testament's album Low. Bedman's name is a possible reference to the metal band Bedemon, an offshoot of the band Pentagram. Theater of Pain is a possible reference to both Blind Guardian's Theater of Pain or Motley Crue's album Theater of Pain. Bridget's special move Kickstart My Heart is a reference to a Motley Crue song of the same name. His Shoot the Moon attack is also named after a Mr. Big song. Starship Attack is referencing the 80s rock band Jefferson Starship, and Bridget's teddy bear Roger is a reference to the Queen member Roger Taylor. Chip Zanoff is named after Chip Zanoff, vocalist for the rock band Enough's Enough. His appearance loosely resembles Billy Idol, and his theme Suck a Sage loosely resembles both Megadeth's Last Rites Love to Death and Iron Maiden's Back in the Village. Dizzy shares her name with the Guns N' Roses keyboardist Darren Dizzy Reed. Her Skull Crusher move is a possible reference to the Overkill song Skull Crusher. Her move Hunger Strike is also a reference to a song off the band Temple of the Dog's self-titled 1991 album. And both Dizzy and Justice share the same overdrive called Gamma Ray, a reference to a German power metal band of the same name. Elfelt's design and use of guns along with a boutique of roses could be a reference to Guns N' Roses, while her instant kill, Magnum Wedding, is a possible allusion to the John Bon Jovi song You Give Love a Bad Name. On Elfelt's model, the words Nothing Matters can be seen on it. This is a possible reference to the Metallica song Nothing Else Matters. And on her rifle, if you zoom in, you can see the date September 3rd, 2112. This is a possible reference to the band Rush's album 2112, with Elfelt's last name being Valentine and the fact that she shoots you with a bullet. It is likely possible that part of her motif could also be referencing the band Bullet for My Valentine. Another fun fact about her instant kill is different characters will say different things, like Soul Bad Guy saying Remember Yesterday, a reference to the lyrics in Skid Row's song I Remember You. Zato 1 and Eddie have several references. Eddie is named after the Iron Maiden mascot, and Zato's blindfold that he wears can also be a reference to Vic Rattlehead, the Megadeth mascot. His attack, Break the Law, is a reference to the Judas Priest song Breaking the Law. His instant kill, Blackened Mind, is named after an album by Rage. His original instant kill in the original Guilty Gear was called Fear of the Dark, a song by Iron Maiden. His Shadow Gallery is named after an American metal band, and his Amorphous attack is a reference to the Finnish metal band Amorphous. Faust's attack, Going My Way, is a possible reference to the Lenny Kravitz song Are You Gonna Go My Way, or a Fleetwood Mac song. In Stride, his bag has a Black Hole Donuts logo, which could be a reference to a Korean metal band called Black Hole. The donut shop was founded in 1986, which is the same year that the band was formed, further making this reference more plausible. With Giovanna's moveset being in Portuguese, it gives Daisuke the perfect excuse to name one of her moves Sepultura, sharing its name with the Brazilian metal band. Newcomer Gold Lewis Dickinson might share his name with the frontman of Iron Maiden, Bruce Dickinson. He wields a coffin that has an alien from Area 51 in it. Daisuke, I love you, but holy shit. While this one is a bit of a stretch, I think the fact that Eddie, Iron Maiden's mascot, has also had its alien phase in the past, I think that combined with the fact that another interpretation for an Iron Maiden is a coffin with spikes, the thing that Gold Lewis wields, makes it more of a plausible Iron Maiden reference, to be honest. His first name, Gold Lewis, may be an allusion to the vocalist of the Canadian punk rock band Teenage Head, Gord Lewis. His title is the Secretary of Absolute Defense, which when abbreviated is SOAD. That also happens to be the abbreviation for System of a Down. His move, Thunderbird, might be a reference to either a Gibson bass guitar called the Thunderbird, or a song by either Quiet Riot or ZZ Top. His super, Burn It Down, shares its name with the song from Linkin Park, and his other overdrive, Down with the System, could either be another System of a Down reference, or it could be referencing the Disturbed song Down with the Sickness. His special move, Behemoth Typhoon, is also a possible reference to the band Behemoth. Eno is named after the musician Brian Eno. Her character was modeled after Sheena Ringo, a Japanese singer who shares her mole, similar early attire, height, birthday, and even her guitar. The guitar is almost exactly a Duesenberg Star Player 2 in the color surf green, and the sound hole found on the body of the guitar loosely resembles the Prince logo. In Elfelt's Instant Kill, one of her voice lines is "You're playing me like a Strat," a reference to a type of guitar body style. Her attack, Chemical Love, is named after a Stevie Wonder song from the album Jungle Fever. Her instant kill in older games, Last Will and Testament, is a reference to an album by the Lurkers. And in earlier games, when Eno wins a round, she will play a solo on her guitar. The solo is very similar to ones found on Metallica's One. One's Eruption. And Ozzy Osbourne's Crazy Train. Throughout the series, Eno has had an overdrive named Megalomania. This is named after a Black Sabbath song from their album Sabotage. Another cool little reference are the amps that are used by Eno in this overdrive, since they highly resemble the ones that are made by Orange amps. And her theme, Midnight Carnival, also has some riffs taken directly from the song Kurenai by Japanese rock band X Japan. And this is because essentially that album is royalty free. Jacko's name and carved pumpkin mask is a reference to the German power metal band Helloween, with their mascot having the same name. On her pant leg, the name Gallows Eve can be seen. This is either a reference to a former Canadian band called Gallows Eve, or the band Hallows Eve. Her instant kill I Want Out is yet another reference to Helloween, as it is the name of one of their hit songs. Jam's name, when read last name to first, is Kuradoberi Jam, which could be the Japanese pronunciation of the Swedish pop jazz group Cloudberry Jam, who at one point was very popular in Japan. Johnny is named after the Queen member John Deacon. It's also possible that his design is an homage to Johnny Cash with his black outfit and cowboy hat, as well as Johnny Winter, who shares his long blonde hair and cowboy aesthetic. His name may also suggest he's referencing the Black Sabbath song Johnny Blade. In Exert, Johnny's treasure hunt overdrive can steal various things from different opponents. In the case of Soul Bad Guy, he steals a vinyl record. This is his copy of Queen's Sheer Heart Attack, which is listed as one of his likes. Justice, outside of her Gamma Ray overdrive, is possibly named after the Metallica album And Justice for All. Cliff Anderson's attack Soul Survivor is a reference to either a song by Helloween, Asia, or Blue Oyster Cult, or it's an album by Gorefest. His name is also a reference to the late Metallica bassist Cliff Burton. His theme, Pride and Glory, is also a reference to one of the longtime Ozzy Osbourne guitarist Zakk Wylde's side projects called Pride and Glory. Kai Kiske, yes, I'm going to keep calling him Kiske because that's how you actually say Michael Kiske's last name, shares his name with two members from the band Helloween, guitarist and singer Kai Hansen, who also fronts the band Gamma Ray, and ex-frontman Michael Kiske. His overdrive, Ride the Lightning, shares its name with the Metallica album, and his instant kill Rising Force is the name of the debut album by Swedish guitar virtuoso Yngwie Malmsteen. His original theme, Holy Orders, Be Just or Be Dead, shares two references. The first is that the name is a reference to the Iron Maiden song Be Quick or Be Dead. The second is part of the main riff to the song is also similar to Yngwie Malmsteen's song Rising Force. His theme in Exert, Magnolia Eclair's main riff, shares some similarities with Judas Priest's Hellion Electric Eye. In older Guilty Gears, going into the sound menu and loading up Kai Kieske's Type A voices, and going to Sound 20, you'll hear a voice clip for an unused move where Kai says Aces High. Aces High! This is a reference, of course, to Iron Maiden's song Aces High. Leo Whitefang's name is a reference to the glam rock band White Lion, and in Strive, his theme Hellfire shares some real big similarities to the Queen song Stone Cold Crazy.
One morning, strangers say hello to me. Tomorrow they names will be carved on the stone. We're going home, and I'm a terrible liar. Forgive me, that's not the art of prayer. When you think of the day, keep crying out. Here come the law, gonna break down the door, gonna carry me away once more. I never want it anymore. Gotta get away with Stone Cold Floor. Crazy, Stone Cold Crazy, you know.
May's name is an obvious reference to the guitarist of Queen, Brian May, and her theme, Blue Water, Blue Skies intro is very similar to an old demo song from Skid Row called Forever. Melia Rage is named after an 80s American metal band, Melia Rage, as well as the band Rage. Several of her moves are references to other bands. Iron Savior is the name of a German metal band, Emerald Rain is a Canadian metal band, Silent Force is a German metal band, Winger is an 80s glam rock band, and Iron Maiden is a metal band from Britain. Her Bad Moon attack is named after the Roy Gallagher song Bad Moon Rising, and in the story mode, her power to control her hair is called the Sixth Haide go Kutsuipo. God, I hope I pronounced that right. It's called Angra. This is a reference to a Brazilian power metal band. And this one, I said this in the last video, but I put this reference in the Guilty Gear wiki because that was never there. When I found out about this, her hair being called Angra, I put that shit in there. That's me. You have me to thank for that reference. Nagoriyuki's name may be referring to a song written by Shozo Ise called Nagoriyuki. Released in 1974, it was originally performed by Kaguya Hime and has since been covered by dozens of Japanese pop and rock artists. Potemkin's Hammerfall attack shares its name with the Swedish metal band Hammerfall, as well as the song Hammer to Fall by Queen. Heavenly Potemkin Buster is a possible reference to the French metal band Heavenly, and his instant kill Magnum Opera is another possible reference to Yngwie Malmsteen's album Magnum Opus. His original theme Burly Heart also shares some similarities with the Led Zeppelin song Kashmir. Ramlethal is possibly a reference to two metal bands. Ram is a Swedish metal band, and Lethal is an American heavy metal band. So just slap those two together, and you get a reference, I guess. Raven's name may be a possible reference to the British heavy metal band Raven, and his instant kill Zainshut? I don't know how to say it. I don't know if I said it right. But yeah, this is a possible reference to a song by the band Rammstein. RoboKai's move, Ages High, is like Kai's unused voice clip of reference to the Iron Maiden song Aces High. Sin Kisuke, other than sharing the same Halloween references as Kai, or most of them anyway, is a reference to the Nine Inch Nails song Sin, or a reference to a Stone Temple Pilots song called Sin, which is off their album Core. Slayer is named after an American thrash metal band. His attacks, Under Pressure, It's Late, Dead on Time, Spread Your Wings, and his instant kill All Dead are named after Queen songs. His attack Undertow is named after a Tool album, and his Royal Hunt Overdrive in his EX form is named after a Danish metal band. In Exert, he got a Dandy Step follow-up called Helter Skelter, which is a reference to a song by the Beatles. His wife, Sharon, also happens to be the same name of Ozzy Osbourne's wife, Sharon Osbourne. Soul Bad Guy is one of the most obvious Queen references in the world. The name Bad Guy is a reference to Freddie Mercury's solo album Mr. Bad Guy and his nickname. Soul's real name, Frederick Bulsara, is also a reference to Freddie Mercury's actual real name. Daisuke didn't even try to hide this one. Oh my god. The name Soul can also be a reference to Saul, which is Slash's real name. On Soul's headband, the words Rock You can be seen, which is a possible reference to the Queen song We Will Rock You. The Free inscription on his belt buckle may also be referencing the Queen song I Want to Break Free, as well as the lyrics in the Iron Maiden song Revelations, which is ablaze with hope and free. This is possibly why Kai also has hope inscribed on his belt buckle. In Exerd, Soul's clothing has the phrase Fight Fire with Fire, which is a reference to a Metallica song of the same name. Soul's original theme, Keep Yourself Alive, shares the same name from the first track off of Queen's debut album. His instant kill, Napalm Death, is also a possible reference to a British grindcore band. In the Guilty Gear lore, Soul Bad Guy created the Outrage, a very powerful magic harnessing device that was supposed to be used as an anti-gear weapon that he split into several different seals, the Thunder Seal, the Fire Seal, Zessen, and Flashing Fang, along with some others. In Strive, Soul wields the Outrage Mark II. This is a possible reference to the band Outrage, whose singer, Naoki Hashimoto, has provided vocals for the Guilty Gear series since Fast Edge XT. Order Soul, outside of having similar references to Soul Bad Guy, has an instant kill in his EX form called All Guns Blazing, which is a song by the band Judas Priest. Testament, like Slayer, is named after a thrash metal band. Badlands is a reference to an 80s blues rock band. His attack, Gravedigger, is another reference to a German metal band of the same name. Warrant is named after an 80s rock band of the same name. His Overdrive, Master of Puppets, is an album by Metallica, and his Instant Kill, Seventh Sign, is an album by Yngwie Malmsteen, and its visuals share similarities with the Black Sabbath album cover, Sabbath Bloody Sabbath. Venom gets his name from the English metal band Venom, which was famous for releasing the album Black Metal. His Carcass Raid could also be a reference to the English metal band Carcass, and his Overdrive, Dark Angel, is a reference to a thrash metal band of the same name. The name of his instant kill prior to Exerd was called Dimmu Borgir, which is the name of a Norwegian black metal band. Venom's theme prior to Exerd, A Solitude That Asks Nothing in Return, shares some similarities to the Napalm Death song Breathe to Breathe. Zappa is named after the late musician Frank Zappa, and his move Last Edguy is a possible reference to a German power metal band called Edguy. And there you have it. That's basically everything. I'm pretty sure that's everything that wasn't like the widest stretch beyond whatever was a super wide stretch already to begin with. So, if you guys like the video, like it, subscribe, share it out, do all that stuff. I know you guys are super hungry for Guilty Gear Strive stuff, and I wanted to provide a Guilty Gear music reference update video just because the last one was missing several things that I consider to be actual references. I didn't have them either written down or I just blanked on them completely. So with that, this updated video should cover everything that like I said, isn't a giant leap of faith, even though you're gonna have to take some big leaps of faith anyway. So yeah, there's the whole video. If you liked it, you can do what you do, share it around, and yeah, you can support us over on Patreon. We've been getting some great support. You'll get videos like this the day before for as little as $1 a month. Other than supporting us over there, you can also go to the Teespring store and buy some merch. Merch helps us greatly, as well as going over to Twitch, where we are starting to stream a little bit more by the time this video comes out. Been mostly focusing on doing those Guilty Gear Strive soundtrack rating videos that you guys have been enjoying a hell of a lot. And yeah, with that, the video's over. Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day or whatever. See you guys in the next video, and take care. Peace.